Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to True Story Thursdays, greatest podcast in the world. And tonight, I'm joined by two of the most amazing people that I know, and one guy who's kind of average at best. But I am joined by everybody's friendly favorite giant, the man with the one leg, the guy that will lay the pipe down and make your mum go, yes, please, can I have a second? Oh, what's going on? I've got like... There you go. I had something repeating in my ear then. But no, we have the giant coyote, and also we have the man in charge, the guy that keeps us in line, the one they call Sarge, the one, the only, the Fireball King, Ethan Hughes, and Akel.
Through the fireball and the flames. Let's go.
That's it, man. That's it. But boys, we're about to get into it. It's about to go down. We got shitloads to talk about it, and it's happening right now. Break it down like this. And I was like, really? Like, baby face, and the heels were going over. Dude, I thought he broke his neck. The greatest podcast in the world. Yeah,
such a vibe.
Thursday, the greatest podcast in the world, baby. What's going on?
Let's go. What's going on, you beautiful legends?
I'm doing good. It's been a good day.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's just been good. I've caught up with that podcast you did with Brody on Tuesday, and mate, that was a great interview.
Thanks, man.
Besides him not knowing your name and calling you Bodie the whole time, it was amazing.
That's the thing, bro. He calls everybody Bodie. That's just like, he goes, it's just a neutral thing that no one can be offended about. And he's like, what's up, Bodie? And he's like, he was just going, man, you're like, sick. Dude, the fact is, like, after that podcast, right? Like, we went an hour, right? In that conversation. We then spoke for 2 more hours after that.
Really?
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Like, that was
such good energy behind him.
You should have just started eating. You should have just started hitting record after it as well. Fuck it, just keep going.
Extra content, yeah, just keep
Part
going.
2.
Do you think the whole Bodie thing's like a reference to Point Break? Because wasn't that Patrick Swayze's character? Wasn't Swayze Brody? Yeah, Bodie. Yeah.
Wasn't there fucking the dude who came out here? He was Bodie or something. Simbodi Kazani in the WWE.
Yeah. Kazani.
I was a fan of that guy.
Bodie as well. Same spelling.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
it's cool as fuck.
Kazani was cool, but he only had a short stint though. Like, he wasn't there for
like 3
he
weeks.
had a bad match with. He had a bad match with Shelton Benjamin on day 1, and that was it.
How can you have a bad match with Shelton Benjamin?
Because they watched the finish. He did that
and the
hook rolling DDT thing, wasn't it?
No, but it was also the middle and the part of the start as well, and just it was a bad day at work. And
oh dear, that was it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing.
Huge shout out to the chat tonight. Devils Nightly's in the house. Adam Sandler's in the house. Adam Sandler, man, movie star. Adam Sandler is so cool, dude.
Click best movie.
Yeah, exactly. We've also got Rianne Turner in the house. What's up?
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely this guy's in the house as well. Man, just everyone come and join the chat. Let's go. Get everyone, please share this out for me, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch or listening on Spotify, wherever you're finding the podcast. Please share this bitch out and let's get it started. We got Glenn Eade in the house as well. Best show on a Thursday night. We're competing against the NRL, bro. We're competing against Channel 9, all the major networks. But you know what? Nobody spits it like what we do. We spit the truth and nothing but the truth. And there ain't no holding back on True Story Thursdays. And that's a fact, Jack. I'm all out of rhymes.
You didn't even know it.
At least 45% of the truth. At least.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's hear now. Wow. Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller.
So I always thought it was weird because I always got Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller mixed up when I was a kid.
I'm sorry.
Turns out that's a normal thing.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole lore about it.
Really?
Even though they look totally different. Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler. Yeah, Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler. Apparently, like, people get them commonly confused. It's like, Adam Sandler was in the museum.
Do you know when I was a teenager, my sister thought Chris Rock and Chris Tucker were the same person.
We're the same.
Oh, that makes
A lot of
sense.
people do that.
The thing is, I showed her like Friday.
Yeah.
Then I showed her the Chris Rock stand up, right? You know, the famous one.
Yeah.
Akil probably not, but yeah, the famous Chris Rock stand up from the 90s. No, well, Akil's like a fucking baby, right? Like we're
No,
like,
I know it. I just haven't. I wasn't watching it when it was happening.
Let's be honest. When it came out, at our age, none of us should have been watching it. When...
Yeah.
She still swore. She still like would swear. She's like, no, they're not. They're the same person. Like,
I'll tell you what. Though, on that similar topic, how good are the comedy specials getting released at the moment?
Fucking
like,
nuts.
These Netflix ones that are coming
There's been
out.
some good ones.
Mate,
I haven't watched the roast of Brady yet. I hear that's worth
I haven't
watching.
seen that. But like, even
I haven't seen it. But yeah.
I was actually seeing TikTok videos tonight, and I saw like Mike the Situation from
wow.
and he was like up there like doing like a roast on people, and he's like talking
so bad.
Like he's like saying one of them, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I told one of your jokes to this supermodel I was fucking, and she was laughing the whole time." And I'm like, bro, that's kind of a roast on you, man. If you're banging a bitch, he's like that laughing about mid pump.
Yeah.
Well, you remember like Brendan? Have you seen like the Brendan Schaub thing? I don't know if you follow it too much, but like he got into it because Joe Rogan told him to go into it. You know what I mean? Because he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right.
He used to date Ronda Rousey, but Joe Rogan's like, how many more you got in you? How many more fights? And he basically forced him to retire live on the podcast.
I remember that
chat with him, and fucking he got him into comedy. Went into comedy, 2 specials, 2 of the worst specials you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! And he's just like the worst now. And this celebrity going over to comedy is fucking. It's so big, but it's also such a bomb. Like so many people don't have. They don't have the science
as well.
Stand up is the best science. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think one of the best roasts I ever saw was the Justin Bieber one, and like I remember Shaquille O'Neal was doing his part, and he's like, "Justin, you recently got a tattoo of Jesus. That man's already suffered enough. How dare you?" And everyone's like, "Oh."
There was one. I don't know if it was Amy Schumer or not during that one, who kept going, "Oh well, someone missed the coat hanger as an infant or something." I'm like,
no.
It was like I think it was Pete Davidson, and he was like he was doing a roast, and Shaq and Kevin Hart was there, and he's like, "Oh my god, like Kevin, was it? Oh my god, Shaq's dick is here." He's like,
Tony Hinchcliffe is the fucking best going around right now of roast jokes. Yeah. He did this one on Kim Kardashian. I've got to actually find the actual like roast, but he got mad backlash for it.
Really? Like, find the quote. I want to hear that. Because like I think Tony Hinchcliffe is fucking hilarious. I love Hinchcliffe.
One of the best ones was during the Bruce Willis roast. Demi Moore's up, and she's like, "Our sex life became really crap until I did G.I. Jane because you just wanted to know what it was like to fuck yourself."
Oh, you know what? I think someone gave us an idea in our group chat about doing a roast where we bring someone on and we we say like, who are your 10 favorite people like in our industry or whatever, and then like I'll just bring them on, host it. And we can do it in this. I don't know. Do you think like let us know in the chat? Chat, do you want to see like we'll do a live roast? We'll do it as a special, like on a Wednesday night or something like that.
Oh wow. Aussie
that would be great. Episode 20 is coming up, right? Episode 20 is coming up.
No. I think this has got to be a special. This has got to be a special, a once-off special.
That would be cool. That would be pretty gnarly.
Tony Hinchcliffe was saying, he said, like, he was talking about a whale's vagina. He's like, a whale's vagina, which reminds me, Kim Kardashian's here. She's had a lot of black men celebrating in her end zone. And he's like, Kim, word of advice, close your legs. You have more public beef than Kendrick and Drake.
That's funny.
Hilarious.
That is fucking funny.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Uncle Trent's all over.
Oh, that's so funny.
Fantastic.
who impressed me doing a roast was Justin Bieber back in the day. I can't remember what he said or what the details were, but he fucking hammered. He fucking ripped everybody.
He had some good
Yeah,
runners.
I remember that.
Yeah, good riders that day.
The best
Good
comedian
times.
walking this planet right now is Shane Gillis, and you can't fucking convince me otherwise. I don't know if you ever seen him. He does these sketches called Gilly and Keeves, and they're so fucking funny. They're just my humor right up my alley. But he's got a show coming out on Netflix tonight. Comes out tonight. It's called Tires, and it's like him in like a tire factory or some shit. It's fucking perfect.
Okay.
I still remember watching Raw as a kid. Like we were talking about, there's stand-up comedies that we weren't meant to watch as a kid, and Eddie Murphy's Raw is one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, but that
You get
was
no ice cream. You get no ice cream because you're on the welfare.
Alcoholic Adam with the $2.99 super chat
Hey.
saying Mama Akel should have closed her legs too.
Oh,
Damn, bro. This beef between you guys has got to be
see
settled.
I'll see
you
you
guys
soon.
need to just hug it out.
Nah, bro. They're going to have to play beer pong, bro.
Adam and Akel is like the new Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah.
That's ready to go. It's a lot sadder. It's a lot sadder.
Hey. A true story, brother. Here to rack lines and fuck nines, and I'm all out of lines. That is fucking crazy.
Wild.
Dude, you know what? It's actually crazy that I was actually reading about the other day is that a UFC fighter who has an upcoming fight, she's UFC flyweight contender Mariah Agapova. So she's actually in dire distress as her financial situation has plummeted due to lack of activity in her MMA career.
What?
Yeah, bro. It's crazy to think that someone signed to a premier combat sports media, whatever that you want to call it, right?
Industry, yeah.
It's the
Industry
top.
is in that situation, and it just like UFC still pays their fighters like the bare minimum. Like it's not.
It's messed up.
Something I've heard with that as well. They sign a lot of guys, and they don't give them fights either. And like they're sitting on a 3-fight deal, but they might go 18 months without a fight.
Yeah.
And then if your tool of the trade is punching somebody in the face, like how you supposed to make a living if you're not going to get booked? Like I think that's probably changed now because they're doing a lot more. Is it the Friday night fights on ESPN they're doing now? And
yeah,
they're doing a lot more like TV style things.
Yeah.
They have one every week. They were bombing when they were doing regular TV plays recently.
They definitely need to be getting paid more because I'm pretty certain there's a huge pay gap between the guys and the girls, and obviously that's not okay. Like if women are performing at the highest level, they should be getting paid, the same sort of deals. Again, I don't know how it works with like merch and all that sort of stuff, but it's messed up when you see that sort of stuff, man. You hear about the pays and stuff like that, and you're like, how the hell? Even like some of the guys, like I remember, was it Cowboy? Cowboy was just taking fights purely for a paycheck, like weeks
45 grand.
Yeah, if that, like
Yeah, but to an extent, I do understand it as well because some of those fighters aren't draws. Like
no, and I understand that.
Like a lot of the guys, I think it was something leading into when who was it? Sasha Banks wanted Charlotte Flair money.
Yeah,
and it was like, well, not all these women are a draw like Charlotte Flair is. Charlotte's people want to watch her wrestle. They want to watch her Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
They want to watch her fight. Holly Holmes. They want to watch her fight. Some of these other guys, unless you're a household name, you're not going to be a draw, and you're not like your paycheck.
And I think
your paycheck shouldn't relate back to that. But if you're not going to make money for the company, then
Charlotte Flair is a guaranteed Mania main eventer too.
I think it's okay
every time. I think it's me. 1 second.
I think like as far as like the gender pay gap in sports, I'm of the belief is you should be getting paid what you're worth. You should be getting paid what you return in. And if you look at let's say the NBA and the WNBA, for example, right?
Yeah.
The WNBA, like their profit is in the billions, right?
Yeah.
And the WNBA is in the minus millions, right? It stays afloat because the NBA pumps money into it, and the WNBA like athletes are saying they should be paid on the same level as the NBA athletes. That to me is a ridiculous statement, because that is, yes, they're doing the same job, but they're not performing at the same level.
No. And like I remember when Ronda Rousey got interviewed when she fought Holly Holmes, and they said the same thing. They're like, "Oh, Holly's getting a much smaller pay purse than you. What's your thoughts on that?" And she turned around and said, "I'm the one that puts bums in seats. I'm the draw." Like, and that's fair. She's like, "Yeah, I agree that women should be getting paid the same amount, but I'm the one that's making the money for the company. I'm the one that Dana's trusting."
Isn't it weird?
Like, she's not getting paid the same as what Ronda was, but as soon as she knocked Ronda out, I'm guessing her pay went from year to year.
Yeah, it didn't go to Ronda level, but it was.
Yeah, you make more money. It's one of those things. You beat a draw, your pay goes up.
Yeah, but then she got choked out by Misha Tate 3 months later, and you know what I mean. Like the hype train was ended, but it just goes to show that fight game is on another level, man. You can't.
Also, they're holding McGregor hostage too. That's the weirdest thing about it, right? Like, even at the top level, they are willing to sacrifice McGregor pay if they're going to get 5 more.
Yeah, but McGregor doesn't need the money, man. He's set.
He is set, but the thing is as well, like if he was to go do a boxing fight, that's hundreds of millions of dollars in his pocket.
Yeah,
if he goes and does a UFC fight, 10 million, maybe 10
well,
to 30.
Is he set though?
Leading into
July, isn't he?
Nah, I don't think he's booked for July now, but I don't know if he's completely set. That cunt lives fucking dangerously, bro. Like, he lives like Lamborghini yacht.
His money as well. He's just invested in the bare knuckle thing and put his name behind that as well. He's got his whiskey brand. He's got a couple of pubs as well that are making a lot of money. Like,
plus, we'll never know how much he actually made on the Mayweather fight either. Like, they said that from the pay-per-view buys of that fight alone, like, we'll never know how much he actually made.
I think he got fucked on that deal there too.
Really?
In saying that, you look at that Mayweather fight. I'm pretty certain Mayweather said, "Thanks to me, you are now getting your highest payday." Because I think the most he was making was like $2 million in UFC, and then he does the Mayweather fight and he gets like 20 million,
like 100 million or something.
100 million,
yeah.
Because he got a piece of the gate, he got a piece of the pay-per-view revenue for that. And you got to think, at the time, that by far was the highest anticipated, boxing match the world had seen at that level and in that spectacle. But when you look at it, UFC is way more over than boxing is, but in the also on the grander scheme of things, boxing is still the ultimate payday and the ultimate draw. That's when like Anderson Silva and Tyrone Woodley go in there and take that payday against Jake Paul. To be honest, I still think a couple of those fights would definitely, people were paid to be lay down Larry for that night. I just don't think that Paul at that stage was capable of knocking out someone like a Tyrone Woodley. And to me,
I think you're wrong.
That shows. I've said before, is like there's so much corruption in the fucking world of boxing,
man.
And it's just so easy to see.
There's no. I think you're wrong. I think he fucking did knock him out. I think the guy's had 3 years of great coaching.
Dude, he's lived a comfortable life as a boxer, bro. You know what I mean? Like, for him to, he's a good fighter. Believe me, I watch his fights now and see his stuff. He is a great boxer. But I think if he was to go to that upper echelon, he needs to escape, training in Puerto Rico around all of his boys and all that sort of shit. Go and train. I've said it before. Go and train with like a fucking Freddie Roach, who's going to sit there and go like not take. It's time for your social media bullshit. No, you're here to train. And you know what I mean. So we can train.
He's turned around now and says he wants to fight Canelo. Like, Mate,
Nah.
don't get me wrong. Like we all as wrestlers, we all want to wrestle The Rock or John Cena. But like you've had less than 10 fights and you're calling out probably the greatest pound for pound fighter in boxing history or in the modern boxing history. Like
I think
did you see the sorry, Akel.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying. I think as well, people see like Tyron Woodley's like knockout reel in MMA, and they think he's a good boxer. The issue is like, yeah, he might be a decent fucking striker, but he's got powerful. He's a wrestler with powerful hands, and there's a big difference. So when you're feigning a takedown, you're coming in, and then you're coming up with a big power shot. That's not exactly, but you can't do that in boxing. You know what I mean? That's what people.
I reckon. Sorry, man. You're right.
No, you go.
I was going to say, like, have you guys heard the rumors about how the Paul Tyson fight is to set up for Jake to go to WWE? Like, Tyson's going to kill him, and then that sets him up to go to WWE.
I'd believe it. I mean, that to me would probably be the. He would probably go over to WWE and be on a ridiculous deal, go and have them as tag team champions. That would
be fucking incredible.
That's exactly what would happen.
One match. You'd have to do one match in Saudi Arabia, and he'd make a killing. Like the Paul boys are massive in Saudi Arabia. I don't know how, but they're massive in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Everyone's massive in Saudi Arabia.
Did you see the press conference though for Paul and Tyson?
No,
I saw highlights of it. I didn't see all of it. Like, I saw Paul like just rip into Texas and like, yeah.
So this little kid got up and the kid got up and was like, so Jake, like, what do you think is the difference between old school fighters and like new school fighters? And Jake goes, I think old school fighters had a lot of heart, a lot of dedication, and a lot of passion. But I think new school fighters have a lot more skill and technique. And the kid goes, interesting. So who's got the bigger body count? Mike, what's your body count? Jake, what's your body count? And it's like, Mike's like, if this kid really asked me how many times I laid pipe. And you just see like they're both Tyson and Paul are like trying to be such professionals about it though. Like you can see them just going, this is fucking outrageous. This is just absolutely just.
Tyson's like, where's this kid's mom?
I have to go back and watch it. Did you guys see the Fury fight?
I missed it. I saw clips. I
saw clips. How much of a slap in the face is it? Like I can't pronounce the champ's name. I don't want to butcher it. Yeah, but the fact that he's only going to be undisputed champion for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They're stripping him of the WBO heavyweight title, and it's been 25 years since we've had an undisputed boxing champion, and they're stripping him of the title in 2 weeks, so he won't be undisputed heavyweight champ. Because I think the belt was tied up or it was scheduled for other fights or something, and it was weird. It was like he's getting stripped for it, and then there's meant to him and Tyson in a rematch, but there's 2 other guys fighting for the belt as well. So it's really, really bizarre. But yeah, officially he'll only be undisputed heavyweight champion for like 2 weeks.
And that's the politics in boxing, man. It doesn't matter where you get to or whatever. And it's like even I remember when Lucas Big Daddy Brown went over and won a world heavyweight title, and was the first Australian heavyweight title in decades. I think it was like 40 years or some shit, right? Yeah. And then he went over there to, I think it was in Germany. Was it Germany? I think it was Germany. Then they pop him for clenbuterol.
Yeah.
So clenbuterol, like for people that don't know, is it's an asthma medication for horses, which if used on humans, it basically increases your metabolism. It helps you.
It increases your metabolism. It opens up your oxygen as well, so you get a lot more oxygen through your blood, and it helps you strip a lot of fat as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, it used to be used a lot for weight cutting, and the thing is, like, Lucas was a heavyweight. Why the fuck would he need to cut weight?
Well, isn't heavyweight capped in boxing as well? Isn't it up to 260?
No, not in boxing.
No.
Boxing is unlimited.
Because I thought you had heavyweight and the super heavyweights.
There's no super heavyweight in boxing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's super heavyweights in MMA, and I think there's I don't even think there's not super heavyweights in Muay Thai. Like they might promote a fight as a super heavyweight fight just to try and get more eyes on it. Just see two big behemoths like fucking giant coyote. They beat the shit out of another giant human being.
Wow.
Man. Talk about beating the shit out of people. You guys remember how I told you about my friend Hayes the huntsman, the boxer?
Yeah, I saw
He was in England over the weekend for bare knuckle fighting for the heavyweight title over there. Won the title in the first 30 seconds, first round knockout.
Oh,
I saw that, bro. I actually followed him on social media after he told me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went. And,
Man.
That's incredible, bro. That
yeah,
is.
And then he met Eddie Hall the next day. I was like, son of a bitch.
So your buddy's the one with the Moko tattoo, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
No, I want to get it on the podcast. I think
man.
I think I've reached out to him. So
yeah, sick.
What did you say? 30 seconds he knocked the guy out in.
Yeah, man. I'll send the clip to you. Hold on.
That can happen as well because the ring is significantly smaller in a bare knuckle usually.
Bare knuckle, yeah.
Just surrounded by wooden fences and people just fighting there, or
I'm actually with T on this one. Can we just have an Olympics where we let everyone just gear up? Am I a dick saying
that's something that's happening? I remember seeing something in the news where one of the Australian swimmers who's
got to be in Russia.
An Olympic. No, he's an Aussie Olympic champion, and I might be the Russians turning around and going, "We want to do a roided up Olympics."
Oh yes, I read about that. He wants to do an enhanced Olympics.
And the Aussie swimmers copped a whole heap of heat because he's like, well, I've already done it in the Olympics. Let's do it on to the next challenge. Let's gear up for it.
I think.
I just sent you the clip on the group chat, Piers.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to play it because of privacy.
This, like the steroid division. I love that.
Yes, of course.
You know what's interesting though? Like, if I reckon what they need to do is have like a sporting event where they just let them get on absolutely anything they want. So like a fighter going before they fight just racks up 2 massive fucking lines, or just fucking, you know what I mean? Or just completely mollies the fuck up or something, you know what I mean? Like, or a professional like, you know what I mean? Or a golfer just fucking ripping
and they could be sponsored by said drug as well.
Oh yeah.
So then we know which one's the most effective. You know what I mean?
So in the business we call that the road to WrestleMania.
but you know what? If we had to line up an Olympic sport with a particular drug, like, okay, it could be anything in the world, all right? Like, so let's all go around and pick a sport and what drug would go with that sport.
Oh man, okay. Considering I've never touched drugs, okay.
Golf and cocaine can't work.
Archery and mushrooms.
Oh fuck!
That's good.
That'd be fun to watch, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
And then you just get one idiot go, all right, let's do the Williams Hell and see how we go.
You know, like the the skeleton. You know the skeleton. You come down like the front ways on a tray.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That and fucking acid, I reckon.
Oh man,
mate. I'll tell you what. How people do that just in general is just
it's cool, man. It's amazing.
Like, you'd be closing your eyes and hoping for the best, wouldn't you?
I mean, see Piers like thinking hard. He's like, what's the craziest shit I can do?
I'd love to see the Olympic deadlift and just doing a whole heap of coke before they go out and just.
Oh man,
boxing and meth has to be one.
I was just about to say that.
You know what? I was thinking that.
Meth
have you ever seen chess and boxing? Or I think it's called chess box. I'm not sure what it is. They're playing a game of chess. No, no shit. They're playing chess while boxing.
That's fucking retarded. So retarded. Fucking dumb. I gotta see this. I gotta see people beat the fuck out of each other. Playing chess.
What about bath salts and cricket?
Oh dear.
I mean, Olympic sports, it's like, what about acid and wrestling?
Oh
yeah,
like amateur wrestling, you know what I mean?
Breakdancing and BMX is now Olympic sports, so you could throw those in there.
Did you say breakdancing?
It's now Olympic sport, legit.
That's ridiculous.
Oh
Yeah,
my
break-
God.
See, I can imagine the because isn't skateboarding went in the last Olympics?
Yeah, skateboarding went in the last
to
one.
Japan because it was so big
Would
in
they be
Japan.
testing
They
for,
have a huge skate culture.
THC all through that as well? Because that's going to be like the skateboarders. Would they be testing for like potent THC?
Yeah,
I think so.
Surely.
Well, dude, an Olympic snowboarder had their gold medal stripped from them when they tested positive for weed.
Damn.
And this was years ago, and apparently, like he was so high, he couldn't find the medal to return it, but it was around his neck the whole time.
Oh God!
Have you heard the story about when Nick Diaz fought fucking Takanori Gomi?
Yeah, I seen that clip of Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz talking about it, and he's like, he was so high, he tested so high. Sorry, you tell the story, Akil.
Yeah, he had Takanori Gomi in Japan, and they said the levels of THC in his body had to have at least 10 cones. At least 10 cones. He went out there and outboxed him the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Just 10 cones deep. Just fucking.
Jeez.
You know what I just thought would be funny? Ecstasy and amateur wrestling. Because you can just, bro, I love you so much, Jose. Like, just give us a hug. Let's just
hug it out.
Dude, do you want to hear a crazy mushroom story?
Yeah, all right.
So when I was younger, and so much younger than today, I never need it. No, I'm kidding. So like when I was like in my early 20s, me and my buddies went to play paintball skirmish, and we took a bunch of magic mushrooms. I would basically, all I remember is sitting inside one of those little metal huts in the fetal position, rocking backwards and forward and just crying and just going, "This is fucked."
Oh dear.
My friends found me and they're like, "Piers," I'm like, "Charlie, don't get me." I'm like, I was like, dude, that.
See, there's another one. There's another fear. Skeet shooting and acid.
Oh,
Man.
I hate being sweaty on psychedelics. I can't be sweaty on psychedelics. If you guys have ever done psychedelics, you can't be sweaty.
No.
It's gross.
I legitimately have never done drugs. Like I've never done weed or anything. Like I swear on my kids, I've never done weed.
I'll be honest. I smoked pot once and fell asleep for 4 hours, face down in a puddle.
I mean, look, I haven't done a lot, man. I've done weed. I've done coke, shrooms, ecstasy. Fucking no, I'm kidding. Like, maybe, like, I'm just a weed guy, bro. I always have been. I'm a weed and beer guy. Like that. Those are my two. Those are my two vices. I like to have a joint, unwind, be chill, have a cold beer, or like sit there and talk to a buddy and have a beer and a joint and just fucking. You know what I mean? Like that's.
You ever done GHB?
No.
Oh, dude. I was like butter, bro. I was like a butter monster.
Zuzo says me either, Coyote.
Hey, brother, how are you? I just go duck out for a sec, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, go do your thing, big boy.
I
do a quick one, mate.
I did GHB once with a certain veteran Tobias Hemingsworth Jr., and we were just like butter. We were just walking around. It was it's one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life.
What's GHB?
It's like liquid ecstasy or some shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a liquid fantasy sort of thing? Was that it? Or is that
different? Yeah. It's
hey, what's up in
in
there?
the city at the moment, right?
What's up in there? Appreciate it. Bye. Glad to see you're out.
Glad to see you're out and listening to True Story Thursday. Let's fucking go.
That's it. Loyalty right there, boys. Loyalty right there. That's the thing, man. We have the most loyal audience members in the fucking world. We've always got a pump and live chat. And if you know what, we're building towards getting our own studio where we can invest, where we can build, we can make better content, where we can film stuff all together so Sarge doesn't look like he's being filmed in a potato. And we're looking to do that. Now, if you would like to help us get there, please feel free to donate super stickers, super chats, or any of that good stuff on YouTube, on Twitch, please like, share, subscribe, buy a sub, share a sub, all that good stuff. We appreciate every little bit helps. It's not expected, but it is appreciated. For shizzle, my whizzles.
And the big $150 super sticker of the week is if someone donates $150, the True Story crew will go out and do mushrooms and go to paintball.
No. I'm too old for that shit.
Fucking.
I'm too old. Because I know
I'll shut my camera in my head.
I wouldn't mind going paintballing.
Where did Tobias put the butter?
Probably shouldn't have told that story. Fuck, I will.
Probably not. Hey, but you know what, guys? Talking about Tobias, I actually have some veteran advice. You want to hear it?
Ooh.
Let's go. We're going to hear from the veteran, Tobias Hemmingsworth Jr.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tobias Hemmingsworth Jr., a 3-year Australian professional wrestling veteran, your personal professional wrestling etiquette coach, and this is example number 10. Let's say that there's a bunch of people that you've rubbed the wrong way because of your own poor decisions and lack of foresight. You pissed off a few other veterans in the business. Fuck them. They're jealous. They have tall poppy syndrome. If you ever get confronted with someone who wants to give you actual pointers, who is a good veteran, whether they be a character wrestler or just the fundamentalists out there, tell them, do I know you? Not no thanks. Do I know you? Because no one does. No one does. What the fuck is the world coming to? Slam pro... Fuck, we're keeping that in. Slam Pro Wrestling has drawn 600 people. And New South Wales is the fucking Holy Roman Empire where everyone's just fucking at each other's necks right now. Holy shit! Why does every place have a Fed in New South Wales? Why can't we have a monopoly? Why can't we have a Richard Branson or a McMahon or someone with shitloads of money just to corral us all into one fucking conglomerate? Why? So if you have haters, first thing you do is threaten to sleep with their significant other, whether it's a wife, a cousin. It's not going to be a cousin. It's New South Wales. It's New South Wales. It's not Tasmania. Look, if you get hate from the fans, that's heat. If you get hate from your fellow wrestlers, they're just jealous. Don't take it to heart. Piss in their gym bag and move on with your life. That's a wrap.
Piss in the gym bag.
Shout out, veteran Tobias.
Damn.
I agree.
Damn.
I agree. There is too many feds in New South Wales. And that's how I feel sometimes.
What a torture. What a torture.
I think, Akel, you work for like 6 out of 8 of them. So
why am I wrestling the same people on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Wow.
Tobias is like he's hit the pipe and has been up a week.
You look like he's in a track house.
God.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Fun fact though, slams up to 750 tickets pre-sold.
Yeah.
well,
How many?
750. They just hit 750.
Didn't their last big show draw like 1,200 people in that theatre?
Yeah, higher. Yeah, 1,700.
Southern Cross Club in Woden, if they need any more tickets sold.
Wow.
Yeah, hit up the veteran.
Wow.
Nice promotion there. Well done, Akel. Well done.
Please book me. I have a family.
Oh my god. That is
wow.
shit, bro. You know what? Like, have you seen? I was actually reading something earlier today, and I was actually having a conversation with my wife earlier about this. Is the rise in social media age from 13 to 16?
Yes,
and it's actually being headed by Whipper, who's a radio disc jockey, social media
in Sydney. Yeah,
he was as well at one point.
Yeah. He's sort of getting behind it, and they're going to switch to two-factor authentication. Which, like, to me, it's like I think people can just lie about their age on social media. Like, is there any? I don't know.
I
is it really
hate two-factor authentication. I fucking hate it. Just hack me. Hack me. The amount of effort it takes to get into my fucking account between my phone and my fucking computer. Just fucking hack me, cunt. I don't care. Take my account. Fucking put some fucking Arabic script on it. I don't care. Fucking put some fucking Allah posts up. Just fucking hack me.
Jesus, Nakel's like spitting.
Dropping fire. Good God.
That's what happens.
Funnily enough, like
on podcast, by the way. I just realized that.
Like the Queen and I were actually talking about this today. She and I were literally talking about kids with mobile phones and access to social media and like because there's a six-year age gap between myself and Em, and we were talking like when we were teenagers and stuff and having access to social media, and I was like, wasn't a thing when I was 13, 14, you know. Maybe MySpace may have just kicked off, but we didn't have smartphones. Like I was rocking the old 3315. So I wouldn't let my kids have social media. No way. I'm all for it. Like I would not like there's three of us here that are the dads. And as we know, Akel may be a dad. He just doesn't know it yet. Yeah. I'm only 5'10". Anyway. Yeah. Like, I would not let my kids have access to social media regardless of the age. Like, yeah, there's so much crap out there, man. And it's so wild. Like it's even like, there are times like Em and I will be sitting on the sofa and we might be flicking through TikTok or something. And, you know, you might be showing your kids like a really cute puppy video. And the next moment you see some, you know, chick there twerking. You're like, oh God, like, you know, kids don't need to see that sort of stuff.
Well, it's crazy, bro. Like the amount of like shit that's on social media as well, and what you see is like when these people becoming like TikTok famous, and these people following these fucking absolute just nobodies, bro. You know what I mean? Like they're not really providing anything to society. You know what I mean? Like if you have a look at a lot of these fucking TikTok streamers and shit, they're like standing there going, "Okay, guys, like the live." Like the live, guys. Come on, guys. Thanks very much. Double chat. Yeah. No, I'm not going to answer that.
I know the exact guy you're talking about too.
Like,
you're doing.
No, I'm not answering that question. You got to ask me on my Cameo.
You look at what people are drawn to, like on TikTok as well, and even when I'm flicking through on my suggested stuff, or what's it called, for the For You stuff.
The For You, yeah.
Super
even come up off just people like opening Pokemon cards and having like 25,000 people watching them just open Pokemon cards. No offense, Quiet.
No, not taken.
You're sitting around
the beef we never knew so cards.
Like it's mate. Even people just doing days in my life, and people are getting like 2 million followers just from. This is me getting up, putting my makeup on, making my toast, getting in the car, driving to work, making my coffee, and then doing, and then all you hear is
that's
for
the next 30 seconds.
When I have a kid, I'm getting a VPN and I'm fucking putting my kid on the Chinese TikTok because that's how these guys got it figured out. The Chinese TikTok is mad, educational, everything, perfect, set you up for life. You know what I mean? So I'm basically going to raise my kid Chinese. That's what I'm going to do.
It's obviously called Red Book or something, I think. Honestly.
Yeah. Like, obviously, I use streaming as my income. Like, that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. And prior to that, I was a bodyguard and security guard. But, like, I stream full-time on Twitch. I've been pushing TikTok. And TikTok's been amazing, but I've literally been opening Pokemon cards and just interacting and chatting with people. but I'm not sitting there shirtless, being like putting sticker notes over me, being, "Hey, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel or give me a sub." Like, you know, there's
the shirt should only come off if you've drank a bottle of Fireball.
But you know, the most ridiculous thing I've seen on TikTok is these people that'll be like standing there and people like will like throw their little fucking like I don't know what's the gimmicks called that they're having live, the bits or whatever.
Their version of bits and stuff. Yeah, like the gifts and stuff. Yeah. Roses.
And the creators are standing there going, "Oh wow, thanks for the rose. Oh wow, thanks for the." Every time
man, I've seen that. I've seen those guys. Like, there's a dude that wears like a Spider-Man outfit, and he's like, "Thanks for the roses. Gonna give those to Mary Jane." And he's like, "Oh yeah, do a backflip." And I was like, "The hell."
I'm like, man, people are paying to see this shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking stupid.
Imagine you go, Christmas Day, you're a kid, you come downstairs, you think you're going to get a rare Charizard in your Pokemon card, but then you open it up and it's a pack of Australian wrestling cards and you get like a rare Robbie Eagles, and then you're like, oh, this is fire.
What, a Charizard like this?
This card, fuck off. How much is that worth, cunt?
Standard right now, it's worth about $140. When I get it graded, if I get a PSA 9 or 10, couple hundred, 500-600.
Okay.
Hey, Kyle, what's your address?
1-2 Fake Street.
123 Fake Street.
It's actually interesting though. Like, I was actually. I was seeing someone post earlier today on social media. Like, I know this is what a transition. That Sexy Red is potentially going to be coming to NXT.
Fuck yeah!
Who's Sexy Red?
Yeah, I'm with Sard on this. Who's Sexy Red?
She's a rapper. Let me see if I can bring up a photo of Sexy Red for you guys. But yeah, apparently, she's going to be coming to NXT. I think next week.
Why are the rap names getting less creative?
See, actually, I did see something pop up like that of Sexy Red coming to NXT, but I thought that was just like Red Velvet coming to NXT. And they just changed the name.
No. Like, she looks gangster as fuck, though, this chick. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, she looks pretty thugged out. So, if she is, that's pretty crazy.
I've just seen shorts of her, like, and she's just real ratchet, like, just. Totally for the scene, you know what I mean? But it's interesting. I mean, it sells.
Yeah, so you can see that.
Oh, hang on. It's loading.
Yeah, there you go. That is
let's go.
Come off, man. What do you mean? Like,
Is that not Lil Wayne?
I have no idea. It's so weird. Like, when WE gets these like music people in, artists, and they're like multi-platinum record selling artists. This person, you're like, who in the hell? Like,
Keanu says she has a song called Pound Town. Could you imagine if Vince McMahon was in WWE and he's seen Sexy Red? He's like, yeah, pal, she's got a song called Pound Town. We'll bring her in. And I'll put her Boomtown into Pound Town.
It must be the chin tap. It must be the chin tap, because she does look like Lil Wayne. She does. Like, I'm not being racist here. Am I?
I think you are. Yeah, Alcoholic Adam was going to say Lil Wayne in drag. I know.
Me and Alcoholic Adam agree.
Well, not my cup of tea, but all right.
Yeah.
She's fucking hot.
Well,
you just said she looked like a dude.
While we're on the music side of things, have you guys heard about the rumors of Tech Nine, Ronnie, and Eminem supposedly dropping something in a couple weeks?
No.
I'd pop for that.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. That would be wild.
Speed'em was amazing.
Yeah.
That track with Tech Nine and Eminem that they did was on another level. Like, Eminem is still the greatest rapper alive.
Oh, absolutely incredible.
You picked the worst photo of her.
How weird is this? Eminem's daughter has just gotten married.
I know, right? I
Did she get married to like Tony Hawk's son or something, or was that Kurt Cobain's daughter?
Oh, no idea. But it was just, I remember flicking through on socials and seeing that pop up, and I said, like, it doesn't feel like that long ago he was rapping about a kid.
Yeah.
Now it's giving her away at marriage. Like,
have you seen the
and done Polly's ground.
Have you seen the video that's going around at the moment of the guy who walks into a video game shop and he buys a copy of Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
No.
Oh God. Okay.
And he turns around the retro gaming.
Yes. Yeah. So
Nicho's trying to show us something here. Go.
Go on, Nico. Tilt your camera. Tilt your phone. There you go.
It's fucking stunning.
Yeah.
I told you.
Not me.
But this guy hands the cashier a copy of Vice City. Yeah. And the guy goes, "Oh, such a retro game." And the guy's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, it came out in 2002. It's 22 years old now." And the guy's like, "Oh," and they're like, "Yeah, well, the Vice City's based in 1986, and it came out in 2002, so it's a 16-year age gap between when the game came out and when it's referenced. But now the gap is actually bigger than what's based in the game." And so many, it's pot full of nostalgia, and the guy's like, "Oh God, my heart!" And then the guy's like, "Yeah, I remember my dad playing this all the time." And the guy just falls over and like dies. It's like right at the mortality. Because man, it's like it's 22 years since Vice City came out.
Mate, I was just Vice City next year, baby.
Oh, and then
did any of you guys play the 50 Cent game? Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, Bulletproof. Yeah, Yeah. Amazing.
I love that game. That game was so cool. And all through the whole game.
Year 2.
The music. Shut up. The music. the music throughout the back game was just like 50 Cent tracks all the way through. It was fucking fire.
One of the best fighting games I've ever played, because like fighting games are my bread and butter. I'm currently ranked 470th in the world on Mortal Kombat 1. Def Jam Fight for New York City. That was one of the greatest fighting games I ever played. Henry Rollins is your trainer. Snoop Dogg is the main villain. And it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Such a good fighting game.
I always liked Tekken's. I always rated Tekken's over any other fight game.
Yeah, man. I love Tekken. I won the Queensland Iron Fist tournament back in 2008.
What?
Yeah.
Akil, what year were you born in, curiously?
97.
97.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't have you as a 90s. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, because I'm pretty much like when it came to wrestling games at one point, Revenge, WCW NWO Revenge was the
on the N64. Yes.
Yeah, it changed the way we played wrestling
100%.
games. Back one day, the old Warzone was a high to button mashing and blah blah blah. And I was trying to think, that was like 98, and I'm just thinking, geez, Akil, you would have been born for that one.
Yeah, no, I just born. But the thing is, the first thing that got me into wrestling was actually the video game SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. So yeah. So I was like 6 or something, or I don't know when I was 2003, I think.
So we used to only be Nintendo in our household as a kid, and it's when I forked out for my own PlayStation is when we got Here Comes the Pain.
Oh. Yeah, nice.
And I was like, wow, like that, because that was when I think that was the first one Goldberg was in as well.
Yeah.
It was a great game. Just Brock Lesnar's first game as well. That was awesome.
They say it's universally still the best game, apart from the other one. The other one that was around a bit earlier.
No Mercy.
WrestleMania 2. Oh yeah, No Mercy. Yeah, No Mercy.
Yeah.
Man, I got to tell you boys something. I'm really, really getting hungry, man. I'm going to start munching on some of this Jack's Jerky. If you want to try Jack's Jerky, go to jacksjerky.com.au. Use promo code TRUESTORY for 15% off. Now, listen, this jerky is a multi-award winning. It is Australian made from 100% Australian beef and the finest herbs and spices and ingredients under strict food authority regulations, so you know it's good, you know it's top quality. And to be honest, this is the best jerky I have ever had, and like that is no lie. And I'm gonna start chowing down on this now because like I'm hungry and it's a healthy snack. So if you want healthy snacks, go and check out jacksjerky.com.au. Use that promo code True Story to get 15% off every single order, and orders over $100 get free shipping. So go and check it out.
Yeah, lads, I actually had an order come in from Jack's Jerky. I forked out for the product, used the code, worked amazing. I got 2 of the sample packs, so they come in 7 different flavors. You've got chili, maple, peri, original.
I really want to try the maple,
garlic, and barbecue. Like I'm happy to open one and give you like a on the spot taste testing.
I'm doing one right now. I'm doing one now. This is I'm doing the pepper steak.
All right.
I gotta send some out to you boys too, because I got some barbecue, I got some chili. The pepper
I
steak.
don't know what the maple one's like.
Maple? All right, let's go to maple. Let's have a look.
Yeah, tell me the maple.
I'm doing the pepper steak.
How's the pepper steak? How do you find that?
You know what? You can taste the pepper.
Nice.
I'll get eating that one.
You can definitely taste the pepper, but it's not overpowering.
It's not overpowering?
Definitely taste the jerky. Yeah. It's good jerky. Great jerky.
Yeah, I think Jack's jerky's fucking shit at. No, I'm kidding. Sponsor. I love you, boys. Can I still get some free ones?
Yeah, I've got some here. I'll send some over to you, man. Dude, like seriously, man, you've been kind of MIA for a while, dude.
I've been around. I've been doing my thing.
Not really, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I've had this jerky here for a while. I've said, hey, man, come get it.
Yeah. Well, producer's kind of got a girlfriend now, you know what I mean? So,
hey,
what?
I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. The cat's out of the bag. It's happened. It's over. The game's over. I think.
All right.
For another week until I blow it. Until I absolutely fucking blow it.
Can we hit the intro thing and Akel can tell us about how this happened and who it is? And
absolutely, let's get it going.
I'm just looking for love, you know.
All right, Akel.
Do it.
Let us know what's going on.
Look, we scanned the vast number of contestants, applicants, everything. It was a hard-fought battle.
Did you go with Emily?
I have landed. The Eagle has landed. And unfortunately, Emily didn't make the cut.
Oh.
Adrian?
Not Adrian.
Michelle?
Adrian. It was close. It was close, boys.
Michelle?
Michelle was very, very close. And the other one. Who was the other one we interviewed?
Hawaiian chick.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Emily.
So it was Emily, Adrian,
Adrian,
Michelle, and
Ree.
Well, look, I'm proud to announce that the winner of Producer Wants a Wife. Head up that soundboard right now. I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry, Adrian. I'm sorry, Emily. That was a fun night in Campbelltown, though. In your garage, it was a very fun night. But Ree is the winner of Producer Wants a Wife.
Akel.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to blow it or not, but, it's going okay.
Akel, just a heads up, I'm a favorite wrestler.
What?
Truth hurts.
True story.
I saw the comment.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Producer Wants a Wife starts again next week.
Oh, God.
How about we do I got an idea. How about we open it up to the fans? And who would like to see us try and find a member of our audience a girlfriend? And we're going to call this Mark Wants a Wife. What do you guys think?
What could possibly go wrong?
Bro.
I mean, we're all successful happily in our relationships and marriages. I'm sure we could help people, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we definitely have a lot to offer. Look, we helped Akel. We helped Akel find someone.
I mean, sure.
I mean, we had a lot of crazy stories, like the one that he sent me about America where he shit in a sock.
Oh man, that was wild.
Yeah,
it's been a wild journey. I shit in the sock. I got some new solar panels on the roof. My parents paid for it. The Nimble loan, that was huge. That was a big part of it.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
What about last week going to the massage and asking the
Oh my
orthopedic massage for a rub and
god!
tug?
Oh, that hurt my soul. I can't believe he did that.
Or when you bought the homeless,
wasn't finished.
like KFC,
Hey,
KFC.
and then she
Yeah,
went
yeah,
back to her own tent and didn't take you with her.
Look, producer wants a wife is a very illustrious position when you win producer wants a wife, but it also could be considered a curse.
Well,
I always thought you were the kind of guy that would couldn't really get a woman because you'd go to a brothel and the prostitute would say, "No, I just want to be friends."
The trick is you got to go with Birdman, Phil Picasso.
Oh man!
What's new, pussycat?
does he let you wear the?
I love the fact we all did that.
And we all did it for the same fucking reason, right? Like there was no fucking. We know what we were doing it for. We weren't rocking no Tom Jones, bitch.
I played it at the opening of his show, like when the doors opened. I played "What's New, Pussycat." Like to start the whole thing up.
Was it one of Phil's shows?
Yeah. One of Phil's shows.
Oh man!
And the All Star crew was there, so I played the All Star show opening fucking song.
What a heel! Jesus.
Love you boys. Can I go on another regional tour soon?
Nah, fuck those bitches at All Star, bro. They little fucking gronks, man. Fuck them little weak wanks, bro.
I love Mitch Christian.
Yeah, he can go suck my ass.
No, I love him. I love you, Mitch. And I do.
Who's Mitch Christian?
And
Do you remember Shane O'Reilly from back in the day?
Sorry?
Do you remember Shane O'Reilly from back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Fair.
What?
Exactly. Nobody fucking important.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Is that another Ethan O'Hughes kind of thing?
What do you mean?
It's a very Irish name. Shane
No.
O'Reilly.
Nah, don't worry about it. Mark.
All right, here's a question for you. Before you guys
agree. Now what? Which
names
is
and stuff.
actually worse than an asshole.
I like him.
Did you guys ever have a different character name before you got to where you are?
I've had 4 gimmicks.
I've had 4 as well.
Who are we starting with?
Piers is about to say something.
No,
Go
I
on,
was going to
Piers.
say Akel was actually the original Kane.
Yeah.
He says he was born in 1997, but really he was born in 1968.
I was the original appearance was me. I walked out and I ripped the door off to the left. I wanted to the right.
Yeah.
And then they fired me, and then they put the other guy in, which is fine.
Yeah.
So
They brought the dentist in.
the gimmick I had before I became Coyote, I was given. So this is September 2004. I was given an appearance in a Rumble, and I was given a street gimmick, like street thug gimmick,
Hectic.
and I was called Ben Lee from Bean Lee.
Cool.
That's fucking. That's
cool.
so bad.
Lasted one night.
Oh.
Something I'd book.
Yeah, that was bad.
I love occupational gimmicks.
Yeah, I mean, before I started the podcast and changed my name to Piers, my real name was actually Peter. I'm completely kidding. My name's been Piers the whole time. Yeah,
Peter Boston.
Pointer?
Yeah.
Pointer.
So my first match was Phil Picasso got me in to do a show for Fighting Father Dave. So
nice.
And he had me wrestle him as the wrestling freak. And then I was the Sarge after that. And then I did a battle royal as Buttercup.
Yep.
Because it was a gap filler. I think I did the Rumble 3 times that night as Buttercup, Sarge, and Ethan Hughes.
Yeah.
And then, Ethan Hughes since. And it's been I also wrestled as Tormentor, the weirdo brother of Dementor.
Mm.
And
your cousin, your Mexican cousin.
I had my Mexican cousin, Casolera. and I may or may not have been the second Hydro at one point.
Oh wow.
Fucking. I was just saying, were you know, remember like Sam's old gimmick, Osama's old gimmick, Grinder.
Grinder, I remember Grinder.
You got to bring Grinder back.
What's a grinder? As in like grinder?
It's a lot different today.
Yeah, it has different meaning and
It's
connotation.
a lot different today. Grinder.
It was like a he had a cane bodysuit in black and green, and just a plain black mask.
So a Kane bodysuit, so it looked exactly like Kane's thing with the
very
same button.
Oh, very similar. With
When
I think
you
it had
were-
one. Well,
When you did the Sarge gimmick, how long did you wear the mask for?
3 years.
Yeah, right.
What is Sarge? Is it like were you like an Australian kind of thing?
Where did the
Jesus, that escalated very quickly.
Wow, that's nasty.
I know that.
Because I wore the original Coyote mask from January 05 to March 06. So I only had my mask for 12 months.
Yeah. Well, see, it was one of those things when I started wrestling, there was a lot of agricultural shows at that point. There was a lot of like country shows.
Yeah, they were
And it was
awesome.
one of those things. It just the crowds get into gimmicks, especially when they're not wrestling crowds.
For sure.
Like when we do like the Easter show or the Camden show or name any venue and show next to it.
Yeah.
Like the crowds aren't there to watch wrestling. Like they want to hear the ring making noise. They want to see the characters. They want to laugh at something and go, wow. Like, and
That's
the
why
big chop.
Supernova was always so much fun, man. You didn't have to do crazy shit at Supernova, man. You just big body slam, boom, boom. Crowd would go nuts. You know?
And psychology didn't have to make sense.
Nope.
Like
no, it did not.
we used to choke slam as a cutoff. Like
But you know the difference I find, like when you see a crowd that is not exactly hardcore wrestling fans, maybe like they watch mainstream wrestling, right? Like, but they whatever, and the difference between the smart marks or the so-called smart marks that just sit there and try and fucking start stupid fucking chants or try and, you know, I mean, like distract the talent from having a match or distract the referee and try and do dumb shit just to get themselves over. Their fucking friends. Exactly. Just trying to get themselves over. You know what I mean? Like it's a much more enjoyable experience when you're performing or even if you're even in the crowd to be around a crowd that aren't necessarily smart marks where you hear that shit because it's fucking annoying. It's dumb. It's fucking
so annoying.
dumb. It's like like as Homicide said, some people just need to shut the fuck up and enjoy wrestling.
I hate wrestling fans. I hate
mark.
this is wrestling is the worst fucking chant.
or fight forever.
Fight forever. Oh god, that
This
kills me.
is, but you know what? Like so many workers, like want to get that. This is awesome. Clap, 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 clap. And it comes down to the same thing. It's like when you hear promotions initials getting chanted, like ECW, GCW, PWA, whatever it may be, whatever three initials are getting chanted. How many times you heard that in WWE?
Yeah.
How many times did you hear that in WCW? You didn't, because they knew how to get the talent over. The overall major attraction is the WWE, was WCW, was AEW, was that three-letter acronym.
And
But when you've got the fans chanting that, then none of your talent are really over. You've just got the action of certain things that are over that you're maintaining to a small majority of the audience.
yeah, and I think
WCW is kind of hard to chant too.
what is it?
Dub C dub.
Think of it this way: people also chant the names of the promotion because they don't remember the name of the guys in the ring. Like,
Because they don't give a fuck about the guy.
So what about ECW then? Because obviously that's where that whole sort of thing originated. I always felt like that was like a cultural reference for ECW. Like that was their way of respecting and appreciating.
But that's the thing. ECW did it, and that was something different and unique.
Yeah,
Every other company that's been able to copy that, is just an EC. Everyone wants to be an ECW. Like in the indie wrestling world, everyone wants to be ECW. Everyone was trying to gun for that spot when they went out of business. And the reality of it is there'll never be another ECW with the level of talent that they had go through there, the level of creativity that they had there, and also the people that were dedicated from a behind the scenes workers that took on multiple different roles in order to see that company succeed.
Yeah.
You're never going to see it, and especially not in this generation where, like, we live in the selfish generation.
And I think as well, you look at where those, as you said, you look at the ECW chant started, or the chanting of the promotion name started in ECW, and that was what
100%.
set ECW apart. So this is awesome chant. I think that started in TNA.
And
that's what set it apart, because they were doing something different to what everyone else was with the X Division and blah blah blah. And now it just goes in with everything. Like, they're using it everywhere else, and it's like, man.
Yeah, but you know what, Glenn? Kyle was not what you would call a smart mark. He was a wrestling fan. He was someone
that loved wrestling.
He loved wrestling. He would chant things out. Would he be annoying at times at shows? Yes, but we all are, and we all loved him, and we still do, and love his memory. But to me, he never did anything that was out of line. He never did anything that was disrespectful to the performers. And if he did, it would have been unknowingly to him, knowing if he did that sort of thing.
I had him stay over at my house once.
Nice.
He definitely did get the crowd going. Yeah.
He
definitely did.
He knocked on my window and woke me up and started dancing at the balcony, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
What, he climbed? Was that when you were living in the unit?
Yeah, in Cogra. I had him stay over at my couch because he didn't want to trek it all the way back to Central Coast. I was like, yeah, fucking oath, why not? So we had an after party. Had him the after party. He got drunk as fuck, and then
that's awesome, man.
Drunk as fuck, he came back, and
it's so cool when you can have those sort of special memories and stories with fans, man. Like, Sarge will know about this one. Here in Queensland, back in from PWAC days, so 2007 to 2010. We had a fan named Drew, and Drew was an absolute fucking champion, man. He was 11 years old when we met him, and Drew was diagnosed with he was terminal with brain tumor and cancer, and he was part of Make-A-Wish, and his wish was for to go overseas, see WE and all that sort of stuff. And unfortunately, they couldn't make that happen. So they got in contact with us because I met his parents through the girl that I was dating at the time. And we brought him into PWAC, dedicated a whole show to him, looked after his family. We ended up becoming really, really good friends. And Drew made every single show after that one up until I think it was October 2009. And I actually went and slept at his house one night as a surprise. His parents organized it, made me a bed in the lounge room, and next morning he wakes up and sees me there. He's like, Coyote! I'm like, yeah, awesome little dude, man. But yeah, sadly he did pass away, but he fought it so hard, man. But the kid was an absolute legend, and like still to this day I'm friends with their family, and anyone that was a part of Queensland wrestling at that time, and even down south like in SWA, everyone knew who he was. And man, it's so cool when we have those Aussie fans that you can create those special moments with, and yeah, it's awesome, man. Like, yeah,
sure.
It definitely is, man. Definitely is. But yeah, Kyle Ead was definitely one in a million fans. And I think
100%.
For people who are watching this from another country who don't know who Kyle was he was a passionate super fan of wrestling. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, people performing on Australian wrestling shows, there's no big fucking celebrity. Everyone's a regular person, has regular jobs outside of it, and what have you. But for someone like Kyle, we were like heroes, you know what I mean? Like, we were his entertainment, and we were the thing that he would pay money to see and to be involved and to watch and stuff like that. And that to me is where, I feel like our industry here really took a massive whack, and not just because of him buying tickets and shirts and merch and stuff like that, but just the energy that he brought to a show. And even if a show only had 20, 30 fans in attendance, he would be like the one who would just have that bitch fucking like pumping and rolled up and get people like he'd be working the crowd and even trying to work a few of the boys as well. He was always there to have a good time and to definitely awesome memory.
So good.
I remember one time he I had this like match and he's like, it happened a couple of times, but he'd be like, you made a few mistakes in your matches. And I'd be like, what?
Getting called out.
It was the best. He was always so honest, you know what I mean? That's the beautiful part about him as well. Oh fuck! I still
There was no. He had no fucking filter, man, and that was the thing. It was just like, but like, as I said, it was all love, man. Like it was never any, malice. It was never any hatred. He just had a heart of gold. And loved what we did, and like I said, definitely missed.
That one still fucking hit me really fucking hard when it happened, but
bro.
It was one of those things where, like with wrestling, I pretty much, because I got into this for 3 years, I wanted to go do my uni alongside it, do all that stuff, and then get out of it, right? But then, I just did everything. I haven't stopped the past 3 years. I've just been work, and any other little extracurricular thing that I could do for any extra little activity I could do to promote wrestling, I'm doing it, and then it's wound up being a big part of my life. But there's a point for such a long time where I just never stopped. I just never stopped, never kept go. Oh, who's this guy? Hey, I'm here. It was never like I could just never stop and have a chat. And then the day that I got that news, I was like, okay, you need to fucking stop and enjoy life and think about these things a bit.
You do, man. Like, because wrestling can absolutely consume you and take over everything. And like Sarge knows, has known me longer than anyone here, sort of thing. And like, I literally live and breathe wrestling. Even now, I still do. And like, I get people who come up to me like, how do you still love it when it took your leg? Like, you literally lost your leg because of a wrestling injury. I'm like, wrestling didn't owe me anything. Like, it gave me so much. Like, and going from being a 15-year-old, 6'5" giant, for being bullied and super shy and timid, man, it opened up my world, and I got to do so much cool shit. And like, all through my teens, my 20s, I would never ever look back and go, fuck, I wish I didn't do wrestling. Like,
100%.
I don't have any regrets. And like, you guys have seen me on my journey with my leg and everything like that. Like, I've never let it change me. I've never let it define me. And wrestling is something that is so beautiful, and it connects people all over the world. Like, and you make these friendships that last a lifetime, and you literally become like family. And that's how it is. Like, and it's really cool, because especially when you connect with people so much that that you can rely on those people, and they'll pick up the phone if you need them, or like, I know for a fact if I ever needed Sarge or Matt Bailey or either of you guys, like, I know you guys would be there. Like, that's one of the really special things about Aussie wrestling, man. Like, or just wrestling in general. It can do so much for so many people.
I look at it, and as well as like, so I started this when I was 18, 2005, and for almost 10 years straight, it was like going up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, man.
Like, getting a chance to, like, all the road trips. Like, there's not many parts of New South Wales I haven't seen. And like, even I remember we did a show. I think it was a PWAC show, and myself, Bailey, and Dan Damage hopped in a car, and we decided we were going to drive all the way up to Queensland. We left at 11 p.m. at night on a Friday.
Friday night.
literally pulled into Brisbane at 10. Did the show and then hopped back in the car and drove all the way back to Sydney.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, do I remember the drive home? Absolutely not.
No.
But you know what? I remember doing that, and it was like, wow, we had some cool times. Or we'd go and do a North Coast tour, and we'd do 7 towns in 7 days and work 13 matches in 7 days.
Yeah, man.
Like,
it's the best.
Going and doing the Wild West tour and taking the golf clubs and having to use coloured balls in like towns like Dubbo and Orange because there'd be snow all along or frost all along the greens and that kind of stuff. It just, mate, just stories, the camaraderie. Like some of my best friends are still involved in the business. Like between, you wouldn't even remember the way up there, Dan. But yeah, like some of my best friends, Matt Bailey, Luke Hunter, Bronson King, Tyson Gibbs, Rob Matrix, Brett Brady, Buck Wild, Cremator. Just some great guys that do I remember every night that we did? No. No. But like, you know, what happened out of it was just next level on any given night. And saying I didn't, that was my 20s.
Yeah.
Dude.
Some people 100%. Go out and get themselves blind drunk and get beaten up by security guards. Like, we used to beat each other up and not know where we were the next day. So
you're describing ATO's Friday nights.
You never.
Hey guys, look, I got to mention this, guys. Like everyone is always asking, bro, why does Pierce's beard always look on point? Why does Coyote's beard always look on point? And I'm going to tell you, it's 2 words: Jericho Australia. Now, listen, Jericho Australia is your one-stop shop for all your beard care needs. They've got beard butters, oils, balms, shampoos, and much, much more. You need to go and take care of your beard today. So head over to Jericho Australia. Use that promo code True Story and get 15% off every single order. Guys, I've been rocking this Lust beard oil, right? I've been rocking this shit. And you know what? Like, I've been in the doghouse with the missus, right? And I haven't had the Lust in for a while, and I put it in tonight. I put it in tonight when I got home, and you know, the kids were watching TV, and the wife turned around and she was like, "You've got the Jericho, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah, Mrs. Austin, I got the Jericho. That's right." And she's like, "Tonight, you're getting the Jericho." Let's go. Go and check out Jericho Australia. Use promo code True Story to get 15% off. But guys, look, we've been going for an hour and 20. I think it's time for us to ride off into the sunset. We thank everyone in our live chat who's been like just popping off and making this such a fun and amazing Thursday night. As always, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the little red button and tap in, because you know we're bringing you the very best content with interviews and True Story Thursdays every single week. We're dropping multiple bits of content, so stay tuned. But guys, what have we got coming up this week? Sarge, what about you? What do you got coming up this weekend?
This week, nothing. Next week, it is Rock and Roll Wrestling at Wollongong Diggers Club, featuring a 30-man Royal Rumble, which is going to be a lot of fun. Rock and Roll by far one of the premier promotions in the state that nobody talks about, if not the country. Great crew, great crowds, great promoter. So that's next week, I think. And then it's not till June after that. There's AWS back at Mortdale RSL after a great show last week. Crowd numbers weren't as high as what they usually were, but they were just as hot, which was amazing as always.
Nice. So, and we've got a buy one get one free deal available now on Eventbrite.
Hey,
22nd of June.
Don't put over that mud show, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys, you're going to be able to find me this Sunday. I'm going to be rocking out at FWA. I got some business to take care of on that show, so you can find me there, which is going to be out in St. Mary's. So go and check out FWA Future Wrestling Australia on social media.
How's Vinny's shoulder going into that?
His bicep, man, it's not looking good. But guys, also a week later, next week, I'm going to be at Rock and Roll, laying down the law and making sure that everything runs smoothly over there. So guys, make sure you want to come out and see where I'm going to be at. Those are where I'm going to be. Sarge, what about you? Sorry, Coyote, what about you, bro? What do you got coming up this weekend?
This weekend, man, I'm streaming tomorrow night over on the Purple platform, the one that rhymes with Mitch. BFG Fridays, Big Fright and Giant Fridays. And then over the weekend, just chilling with the family. It's going to be a nice, peaceful weekend, this one. I've got Nightfall Pro Wrestling coming up on June 8th in Deception Bay. So I'll be there keeping everyone in line and rocking the GM. So that should be fun. Other than that, man, just streaming on Twitch and TikTok and having some fun and spreading the good times, good vibes, and positivity.
Oh my God. You know what, dude? I feel like you were too positive for this podcast sometimes.
I know. I can get crazy too, though.
You definitely can. Sarge is usually too logical. You're usually too positive, and I just find myself like just disappointing you both on a weekly basis, kind of like. But Akel, like for once, for Akel, I'm gonna let you speak, bro. What are you up to this weekend?
Me and Birdman are going to be shooting.
And I was like, really? Like, baby face? And the heels were going on. Dude, I thought he broke